Hello everyone, the Instant Camera Guy here, and welcome to a video where I'm going to talk again about problems with I-type film, particularly in SX-70 cameras that have a tripod socket. So this here is my personal SX-70R. Although this is a Model 1 SX-70, this is one that I've actually modified to have a sonar chassis, and I've actually drilled a hole into the chrome body panel to mount the tripod socket. That is why this particular camera has a tripod socket. But what I'm here to talk about today, I did cover in a video a few weeks ago, and that is that one of the most common mods that I make and that other people choose to do is to modify their SX-70 to take I-type film. This one is modified with my own polar volt battery solution, but you can get other battery adapters on the market. I've done a whole video on that series. But one of the things that you have to be aware, if you have a model of SX-70 with a tripod socket, what can happen is on a pack of I-type film, Polaroid have added this extra plastic lug. Can you see that in the middle there? Now this plastic lug is added so that it makes inserting a pack of film difficult in cameras that aren't natively designed to take I-type film. So that little plastic lug is designed to make contact with a metal tongue and basically make the film hard to insert. Now, one of the things that I do when I modify cameras to take I-type film is I remove that tongue so that the pack of film is easier to slide in place. Normally, it would stop about there. However, inside the camera sits the tripod socket, and it's kind of this, it forms like a little hump on the inside of the camera. And what I found is becoming increasingly common, I should say. What I found is increasingly common. I'm not sure if Polaroid are increasing the size of this lug, or if it's like something that varies from batch to batch in terms of I-type film. But at the time that I'm shooting this video, I have found that the 11/24 batch of film is notoriously bad for this. And what can happen, I'm about to demonstrate this here, what can happen, obviously this pack's empty, right? But once you insert it into the camera, it's very difficult to remove. And what's happened is that little plastic lug has gone over the tripod socket and is now wedged in between the tripod socket itself and the chassis of the camera. And it's very difficult, if not impossible, to remove now. Now this actually happened to me. As I said, this is something that I've noticed has become a real issue recently. In the past, when I've done videos on this subject, I've said, you know, it kind of depends on the camera that you get, but I must say that this particular batch of film has been very, very stubborn. And I was actually at a photo walk the other day, and I went to change film, and I just could not do it. And so on the fly, I had to come up with a technique that enabled me to do it in the field without tools. Now, one option you can do is using a good chunky set of pliers. You can smash away at that plastic and easily yank it out. That's a very successful technique. Not everyone is going to have a big set of heavy-duty pliers on hand. So if your I-type film gets stuck in the camera, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. First thing, do try and pull it out as quickly as possible, grabbing that little sticky tab. But odds are that the sticker will just completely get removed in your hands. See? Like that. So now you've removed the sticker, and now you're probably thinking, uh-oh, what do I do now? Well, what we're going to do now is use the pack itself to liberate other parts of the pack. So what we're going to do, this little plastic trim, we're going to remove that. And then I'm just going to push inwards on the film until I can get my fingers in. Now be aware there is that metallic piece in there, but basically I'm just pushing inwards so that I can then snap off the front bit of plastic. Now this leaves a little hole. The next thing that we're going to remove is this inside part. So it's two pieces. We've got the metal piece, we can throw that away. And this white piece of cardboard is what's going to be our savior. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it in half lengthways, like so, okay? Then, pushing upwards on the pack of film. I'm going to see if I can demonstrate this, but pushing upwards on the pack of film, like so, what you want to do is in between the dull grey coloured metal chassis and in between the black plastic, we're going to take our white piece of card and shove it down as far as it will physically go. So I'm going to try and really get it in there, right? Now what that's going to do is push upwards on the pack, thus moving that little notch upwards a bit, and now we should be able to remove it. Ta-da! And that is what to do if you get stuck with I-type film jammed in your camera in the field. Now, the last video I talked about this, I said that one of the things that you can do if you want to prevent this issue from happening is take a set of side cutters or nail clippers, like a pair of nail trimmers, and just remove that little bit of plastic. If you remove it, then it will fit in the camera and be very easy to remove. It's only because of that big plastic lug that sits at the back that this happens in the first place. So if you cut that off with a knife or nail clippers or side cutters, it's not going to be an issue in the first place. Now I would like to just end this video. Hopefully this video has helped someone who has ended up with a jammed pack of I-type in the field. I want to just end this video by just giving a message to Polaroid, the company. Stop doing this. Adding that big plastic lug is completely unnecessary, because if someone gets a pack of I-type film and accidentally inserts it into a non-I-type camera, the only thing that's going to happen is the camera just won't power on. That's it. If I put a pack of film into a 600 type camera, into an SX-70, whatever it might be, and there's no battery terminals, you know, like what would normally be present on a pack of 600 film, if there's no built-in battery, nothing bad's going to happen. The camera's not going to break, it's just not going to turn on. So all this is doing is making us with a converted SX-70 have more issues than what we need to. Now, as I said, it's not super convenient. You can still remove these packs of film in the field using the technique I just showed you, but it is still annoying. So I recommend, if you're going to shoot a lot of I-type film, like let's say you're a photographer and you're going to be shooting a wedding or something like that, bring a set of nail clippers or side cutters and just preemptively trim them all off so that you can plug and play. In the future, this may not be an issue. As I said, I've noticed for months and months and months now, this hasn't been a problem. And it's only since I've started using the 11/24 batches of film that I've really had a hard time. So I'm yet to figure out exactly what's going on. My theory is, yeah, maybe these packs of film are just built with slightly different tolerances. Maybe it's just coincidence. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully this video helps you out. If you've noticed jamming issues on your SX-70 and you've tried to get out a pack of I-type film in the field and you can't, just dismantle the front of the pack of film until you have the white plastic card, shove it all the way down, and then pull them out together. And that will work every single time. Well, hopefully this video has got you out of a bind. If you like what it is that I do, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that jazz, or simply make a donation through my Ko-fi account via the links below. I will soon be taking orders again. It is now May. Those of you watching will know that throughout the month of April, I ended up just so busy that I had to stop taking on more orders. I do apologize to my clients about that. Effectively, what happened was I had a lot of people contacting me over the Christmas and New Year period who all wanted to send me cameras. And a lot of those people ended up taking a long period of time before they actually sent out their cameras to me. Like, I had packages arriving at the end of February where I had last spoken to the client back in October. And the other thing that happened was a lot of clients had then decided to put in second or even third cameras in the parcel for me to restore, which I just simply didn't know about. And what that did is it really interfered with my ability to future plan. Because what I like to do when I receive packages from clients, I mark on the side the date in which I received them and the date in which my client sent them out to me. And I try and order all of my work list in order of when they were chronologically sent to me. And as a result, I have a rough idea of like roughly how long it's going to take in terms of my workload. But because I received so many packages that I wasn't expecting, all of a sudden, my estimated time of completion ballooned by about 4 to 8 weeks, which I literally ran out of room in the workshop in which to store more parcels. But anyway, come mid-May, I should be taking orders again. So I wanted to just thank you again for all of your support. It might get to the stage where that's just going to keep happening. I mean, as this channel grows and my fame and knowledge of my services continues to grow, I expect that there will likely be periods of time where I go, right, I'm taking orders this month, and then I'm having a break, and then I'm taking orders again, and then I'm having a break. It's probably just how things are going to roll. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of the day, guys, and I will see you in the next video.